Hey guys, it's Harissa here from G-Rod Grills. Welcome to my first YouTube video. For the first one, we're going to be doing a spatchcock harissa chicken. So we're going to be using a whole chicken. We're going to spatchcock this beauty up and then season it with some harissa spicing, which is a chili spice mix from Morocco. You can get it at any grocery store. You should be able to get it readily available. It should be with the spices, not quite with the international places, but you should be able to get it there. We're going to make I've made a chili paste out of it already with some olive oil. So just mix some of that spice with some olive oil. And then we're going to be just seasoning a little bit more with some red wine vinegar and putting it on top of some veggies that I've already prepped here for everybody. So this chicken in particular came from Miller's Meats, which is a local butcher shop here in Winnipeg. You can get, I recommend you buy from your butcher, get to know your butcher. They're going to help you out a lot. If not, whatever, buy from your regular store. It's fine. Just make sure you get a good sized chicken. We're enough to feed your family. This, after we're prepped it and ready to go, we're going to let it sit for a little bit just to kind of let the spices go together. And then we're going to put it in the Pit Boss grill. I have a Pit Boss Grill's 820 FB. We're going to put it in there for about an hour. It doesn't take long once you've spatchcooked the chicken, so it'll go quickly. It's pretty quick. You just got to do it to 165 internal at the breast, or 170, 175 in the thigh. Once you've got all that ready to go, we're going to be eating it. So, thank you. All right, so we're going to get started by spatchcocking this chicken. And spatchcock pretty much just means we're going to be removing the spine from this chicken. We're going to be cutting this piece out. All you need is a really good knife or a good pair of kitchen shears. These ones are not great, but they'll do the job. We're going to cut this out and then we're going to flip it open and then we'll season with the harissa spice blend that I've made. So yeah, let's get going. So what we want to do first is, I mean, you can start from the tail or from the top, it doesn't matter. I like to start from the top here, so we're just going to see where the neck is here. We're going to go on either side and just cut through. You'll feel the bone kind of cut through all the way. So you watch me struggle with it. There you go. And give her a little flip and grab where the tail is at. And cut through. There you go. One side is through. Cut the other one out. I mean, you can do it right there. You can only cut one side and split it open too if you want for this. It's not a big deal. I will just cut it all out. So we'll just take the spine. I'm not going to use that, so you could use it and make your chicken broth with it or whatever you like to do. Just going to trim up some of this chicken skin that's on the side here as well. And so we won't be eating any of that. So once you've got the spine out, so this is what you're going to get. So what you want to do is flip her over like so, like flat, and then just give it a little bit of a squeeze. You'll feel it break open, and then she's going to sit flat right on your board, whatever it is that you're using. And that's pretty much it for spatchcocking. Doesn't take a lot. You can do this to turkey or really any sort of bird or poultry that you're doing. Huge advantage of spatchcocking is that it cooks way faster. The heat's able to get all the way across, and you're going to get the flavor or it cooking pretty much in about half the time. So this is actually going to go in my Pit Boss, like I mentioned earlier, for at 350 for about an hour or so, and we should get about 170, 175 in the thighs and about 165, at least 165 in the breast area. And the veggies at that point will also be roasted perfectly to go along with this. So next up is we're gonna season this. So I'm just gonna move over to my veggies, which I've already prepared. And I'm just using just like a disposable sheet pan here, just to make it easier for this. So like I said, I've taken probably about 3 teaspoons of this harissa seasoning and mixed it with a whole bunch of olive oil to get a little bit of a consistency of a runny paste. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this kind of all around, and I'm gonna save some because we're gonna use a little bit on top of the chicken, and I'll show you why. And it's gonna serve double purpose for us here. So I'll just save about a spoon's full there. Just gonna give that a mix so that the veggies all kind of get tossed in it. There we are. And we're gonna take our chicken, lay it on our veggies like so, and then we're gonna take the remaining of this seasoning and pour it just right over top. You might need to make a little bit more if it's not enough. I feel like maybe I should have made a little bit more, but I think we'll make it work in this case. And then I'm gonna rub it just kind of all over the chicken. Now this is going to help, because the oil is going to help crisp up the skin. Now this is something that you absolutely need if you want a crispy chicken while you're doing something in the barbecue at a lower temperature. So this will absolutely help. Also, doing this, it's going to help do the, it'll help tenderize the breast. So you want to make sure that you get enough of this spice in between the skin and the breast itself. So you'll see here that I'm going to pull back the skin a little bit and try to get some of the seasoning into the inside of it, and just so that it can get some flavor in there as well. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna make a little bit more and then just kind of pour a little bit more in here just to get some of that seasoning in between the skin and the breast itself. And you don't have to be all that gentle with it. Just make sure you don't rip through the skin. As you can see, it comes up pretty easily. And then you can put in here a big piece of seasoning the breast itself, as you can do with butter, or you can do it with olive oil, or whatever it is that you're using for as your fat. You can put it in here, and it'll not only will it give the breast flavor, it's also going to baste the meat itself. So the breast itself will cook faster than the thigh and the leg. So in some cases that tends to dry out the breast. When you put the butter in there, or you put the oil on there, or whatever kind of fat you're using, you put it in there, it'll help baste the breast and keep it moist the entire time that you're cooking. So it gives the thigh and the leg time to cook through without drying out the breast. And that's just a tip if you're looking to do it, I guess. It'll really help to keep the whole bird moist, because like I said, the breast is going to cook a lot faster than the thigh is going to. So that's it. So like I said, I'm gonna make a little bit more of that paste. I'm gonna put a little bit more in here, and then we're gonna put it on the barbecue and get it. So for the veggies, I'm using just Brussels sprouts, red onion that I've just kind of quartered and slivered up. Big chunks, you want it to be rustic, like it's a rustic cut. For peppers, I've also got yellow and red peppers in here as well. So I've got, you can really use any type of vegetable that you want that roasts well. You want something that's gonna be hearty and still kind of last for the hour that this is going to be in the barbecue for. And you can also do this in your oven, but if you can do it in your oven, you can do it in your barbecue, and I assure you it'll taste better in your barbecue. So do it in your barbecue if you can. If you've got a pellet grill, 350 or 400 will do. If you have a charcoal one, 350 or 400, keep it there. If you've got a gas one, I would say medium-high heat till your dome registers at about 400, because your dome is going to be about 50 degrees hotter than what the grill temp is going to be. So make sure you keep it that at about 400. I think it's medium-high, so don't cook with gas much, but that should be about right. In any case, so that you've got that. So once you've got this all with the seasoning, the Harissa seasoning as well, you want to give it a couple of chugs of red wine vinegar. Now what this is going to do is it'll give a little bit of that acidity to the veggies, which will then steam up and give your chicken a little bit of that as well. But it's also going to bring out a lot of the little sweetness of the red wine. It's going to come through as well. You're going to taste it in your veggies, and it's going to again, it's going to flavor your chicken with it as well. So once we've got this all kind of mixed in, we'll put it, like I said before, we'll put our chicken over top. And I took one glove off here, so we're doing this one-handed. And yeah, we've got this. I made a little bit more, put a bunch of it in the skin here, so that we can baste the meat. I'm gonna tuck the wings in behind the back. That's just to kind of prevent them from burning up. It's probably not needed, but because it's not going to be in there for very long. Not easy to do with one hand, but anyway, you get the point. We're going to tuck them in behind there, and yeah, and then we're going to put it in there. Next time I see you, you're going to be seeing this all ready to go. I'm going to serve this up with just some brown rice that I'm going to make with it. I think it'll go well with that. I've also got some ciabatta bread that we're going to toast up and eat it with it. You can really make this ahead of time and make it with whatever you want, or make it whatever you want. You can make it tacos, you can make it Moroccan fajitas if you want. I don't know if they have such a thing, but sure, we've made it now. Make it with whatever you want. The vegetables that you use should match that. It's going to be a good one. Yeah, cool. We'll see you when this is ready. Alright guys, here we are again. So my pit boss is running at 380. I actually set it to 400 and just turned it down to 350. I don't know if you can see, but it's starting to snow / sleet around here, so it's a little chillier. So I'm going to give her a little hotter so that it runs a little bit better. And yeah, so I've got it in here already. So this is what we've done here. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna set it in here for about 45 minutes to an hour. It's gonna sit here and roast. As you can see, I've got it. This side here runs a little cooler than this side on my grill. So you'll know your grill a little bit better, but usually you have a hot spot and you got a cold spot. This is my normal spot, and that's my hotter side. So I've got the thighs and the legs pointing towards the hot side. Usually you want that to happen because, like I said, that's going to cook faster than the breast. You want to give the breast a little bit of a chance to not be so overcook. So that's going to sit in here. I'm going to close this lid because, as they say, if you're looking, you ain't cooking. And I want to cook. So I want to eat in about an hour. So we're going to close this up. And yeah, it's going to go. All right, so here we go. This is the final product here. It took a little bit longer than I'd hoped. A little bit colder outside than I had thought. But anyway, about an hour 15, an hour 20 maybe, and this was finished. This is what it looks like. Nice and golden all the way around. Crispy skin. It is going to be very yummy. Like I said, I'm going to serve this on some rice, and then we'll have a little bit of ciabatta toast with it as well. And that'll be that. Whatever leftovers are available then, or are left at the end of this, we're gonna eat up on some tacos maybe tomorrow or the day after. I don't know, we'll see. Any case, hope you enjoyed the video. It's my first one, so thank you for joining, and if you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel. We'll hopefully have a few more recipes, maybe a few more tips and tricks here and there, and see how that goes. Any questions, leave them below in the comments.